Hello, AAI DECA members. We are so incredibly excited that you'll be joining us today for our Dress for Success seminar. I'm Nishta Reddy, your DECA president.
And I'm Lucia Villanustre, your VP of Community Service.
Our main objective and message throughout the seminar is to spread the knowledge of dressing for success and what exactly that entails.
So, dress for success is the belief that what you wear every day matters. It is very integral in today's climate to understand the implications of dressing professionally.
On that note, why is dressing for success important?
So, our first reason is first impressions. You never have a second chance to make a first impression, and your image has the power to attract or repel others. You need to take advantage of your personal image and make a good investment. Studies can show that 21 repeated good experiences with a person is needed to make up for one bad first impression. So, how are you judged in first impressions? 55% is appearance and body language. How you talk, such as intonation, pacing, and reflection, is 38%, and what you say, so the verbal content, is really only 7%. So, as you can see, appearance and body language have a huge impact on first impressions.
The next point that we want to highlight is the professional workplace. So as you graduate high school and maybe college, companies will typically require and encourage a more defined and professional dress code to maintain the professional image that company and its employees reflect on the world. So when you're working for a job, you never know when you'll be required to meet with someone outside your company. That's why a uniformed attire is used to portray an image on the outsider, which is what the outsider will remember of the company. In various business dealings, this image and message needs to be professional. This image can indirectly mean the difference between securing a new deal, contract, and sale, or losing the opportunity to make the deal, which is why we encourage dressing for success to make sure that doesn't happen. To continue on that note, a statistic that supports this is done by the 2010 national poll conducted by the Center for Professional Excellence at York College of Pennsylvania. Appearance ranked second only to communication skills when respondents named qualities most often associated with professionalism. How an individual dresses for work can be a powerful extension of his or her brand, along with the extension of a professional company's brand. Clothes, accessories, and even footwear an employer chooses to wear can help reinforce or diminish her or his skills in the qualities of the employer, coworkers, and clients.
So, our third reason is perceived confidence. Recent studies have shown that people who dress better have more confidence, they feel more powerful, and are more focused on details. More importantly, people perceive individuals who are well dressed as leaders and will go to them for support at a faster rate than they will with those who are not well dressed. Dressing well also allows one to get self confidence, and that is why it is an important aspect of dressing for success, and it will give an important aspect of communication. Good communication skills can be obtained easily if one chooses to wear what to wear wisely. Here you can see we're tying it back into DECA. AAI really encourages dressing for success, and the National DECA guidelines have high expectations for dressing for success. In various instances, you will not be allowed to present in front of a judge or accept an award on stage if you are not dressed to DECA standards. They also have the ability to remove you from competition conferences if you do not follow these guidelines. And here on the right, you can see where they have their pictures of how to dress to impress.
The second part of the seminar will detail what exactly dressing for success entails. So we'll be showing different business attire examples, and for simplicity, we'll use for men and women. So on that note, we must make a distinction between the four different types of professional business attire. You will see this jargon and terminology thrown around a lot. So we wanted to first reference the main two most common types of this type of terminology. The first is business professional, which is generally conservative clothing to portray yourself in a professional manner. So business professional is similar to business formal, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to break out your best shoes and suit. The next most common term, which is typically vague, is business casual. So while you may not need to wear a suit, this doesn't mean that you can just wear casual jeans or shorts either. So for example, women are typically required to wear collared shirts or sweaters, and dress pants or and dress shoes or boots. And you'll see throughout the seminar, we'll give examples of that.
The next two types of business attire is business formal and small business casual. So business formal attire is an upgrade from your normal day-to-day professional outfits. These would be for events like dressy evenings and award ceremonies. They will call for a more business formal dress. And men would wear a dark colored suit over a dress shirt with a silk tie. On the other hand, small business casual does not necessarily mean small, sloppy, or inappropriate clothing pieces. You want to make sure you're avoiding stained or wrinkled clothing, as well as overly revealing or offensive attire. Some examples of this would be well-tailored jeans, khaki pants, button-down shirts, and casual blouses.
So on that note, we're going to move on to men's professional attire. The main three staples are dress shirts, pants, ties, and bow ties. So dress shirts, these can be worn with or without blazers. Remember to button the collar. And depending on which type of the four business professional terminology that your workplace requires, that'll determine whether you're wearing a blazer or not. Next is pants. So make sure the light or dark tones will match the rest of your outfit. So typically stick to one color. And our last aspect is a tie and bow tie. So we specifically wanted to make this point because neckties have always been a symbol of honor and order since medieval France, and now they're utilized in many professional outfits. In today's society, a lot of people still don't know how to tie a tie or a bow tie. So AAI DECA released a video with two Alliance Academy teachers detailing exactly how to tie a tie and how to tie a bow tie in really simple steps. So if you haven't seen the video already, you can take a screenshot and view the QR code right here, and it'll direct you over to that video.
So an example for men's business professional would be a full suit with matching jacket and pants with a black belt. You would wear a pressed collared shirt with plain tie that can be solid, striped, or a simple pattern. You would wear dark leather dress shoes or dark dress socks. And the bottom of the tie should just barely cover the entire belt buckle. A tie should never be too long or too short. If you are going to have a briefcase or portfolio case, just make sure it is a light color so it can contrast your dark suit. A three-piece suit is acceptable for an interview, but a suit with mismatched pants and jacket is not recommended.
Moving on, we're going to go to what men's business casual entails. So this is usually pressed collar, long sleeve shirt with tie, dress slacks, socks, and belt, and shirts should always be tucked in. Again, even though the word casual is in the name, jeans are unacceptable, so think closed-toed shoes, and avoid wearing loud printed shirts. So try to go for muted, solid color tones. And since the term is really vague, we really recommend to always ask your supervisor what exactly the event that you're going to dress code entails when it is business casual.
So let's move on to the women. The women have three basic components: shoes, pants and skirts, and jewelry and accessories. So for the shoes, you want to make sure that your heels and flats that are the most common are not over 2.5 inches. The pants and skirts, it can be light and or dark tones that will match the rest of your outfit. Skirts should always be at or below the knee, and pants should be calf to ankle length. Jewelry and accessories, you want to be sure to keeping it simple and minimalistic. They can help embellish your professional attire, but too much can really be loud and distractive and really deteriorate from your professional look. So you want to make sure you don't have too many pieces in order to achieve that simple look.
On that note, here are some examples of women in business professional outfits. So a black skirt or pantsuit in other neutral colors like dark gray, navy, brown are okay as long as the top and bottom are matching. Skirt suits are recommended, but again, skirts should be a little below the knee and never shorter than above the knee. Pressed, collared, button-down shirts. And like Lucia said, dress shoes like heels or flats, and no platform heels that are over 2.5 inches. Makeup should be minimal and conservative, so nothing too bold because you do want to fit in with the rest of your employees and the image that your company represents. Pale color nail polish, and no overly fragrance perfume or body sprays. And keep hair and jewelry simple, like studs for earrings. Again, not too bold.
So for women business casual, you would have dress pants or dress skirts at or below the knee. Professional dresses, you could have fitted blouses with sweater and cardigans. You'd want to wear closed-toed shoes. If you do wear pumps and heels, you make sure you're keeping it at or below 2.5 inches. You want to still avoid bling, shiny, lacy fabrics, as well as sequins, khaki shorts, tight skirts, low cut and sleeveless blouses slash dresses, large jewelry, bulky purses, sandals, and wedges, because these will distract from your outfit. And like Nishta has been saying, it never hurts to ask your supervisor. Just check in with what is allowed and what is expected of you for your business. So these are just some helpful guidelines to follow. Here you can see the basics, colors that work well together, as well as finished looks, and it also has the don'ts of business professional.
All right, so the last part of this seminar is the meaning of color in business. So colors hold huge symbolisms in the world that we're in today, and it is no exception for professional settings. So the colors you wear in professional settings and interviews can affect your mood, energy, and how others perceive you. You want to wear colors that portray positive perceptions and exude confidence, sincerity, and reliability. So in the following slides, we're going to give colors and examples of what they represent, and we want you to keep that in mind when picking out professional attire for any potential job interviews or special events coming up.
So colors and their meanings, we'll start out with red. Red is very bold, it's action, powerful, passion, and energetic. Green can be seen as growth, ideas, vitality, and sophistication. Blue inspires confidence, success, and trust. And navy is the best color for work and interviews. It will most likely get you the job. Gold represents wealth, prosperity, and luxury, while black is a very classic and sophisticated color, but you need to be careful because it can be seen as too serious or too intimidating, as well as depressing. You can see the blue, navy, and gold represent the DECA colors, and you can just see why DECA might have chosen these colors. You know that it inspires confidence, success. It's the best color for work and interviews, wealth, prosperity, luxury, things that DECA really represents. So for our next colors, pink, it's compassion, understanding, and warmth, while brown is practical and reliable, but often seen as dull. Purple, which is inventive, creative, intuitive. Dark purple, which has always been like a royal color, has been seen as elegant and projects authority. White, which is clean, pure, innocent, and simple color. It's very much of a communicator color.
So on that note, you've seen why dressing for success is important, different types of dressing for success, whether it's business formal, business casual, and different colors that you can wear. So because you're now expanding your wardrobe, we want to give 6 different tips on ways to shop smart professionally. Our first is borrowing from a friend. So secondhand attire borrowing is perfectly acceptable, especially for special events. So if one of your friends has a really special brand name suit and you have an important interview coming up, don't hesitate and ask them if you can borrow it for a day. Next is thrifting. Goodwill has a great secondhand options for lower prices. So if you're still trying to figure out what type of professional style fits you, Goodwill is a great place to find a wide array of professional clothes at affordable prices. The third tip we have is quality versus quantity. So few staple professional items that last a long time have higher value over loosely worn clothing items. So for example, like black flats or a special navy blazer might be a lot more use versus a lot wider array of blouses. So make sure to always emphasize quality over quantity. Our fourth tip is selling old clothes. So by selling old clothes that you won't need anymore, since your closet is now expanding to a lot more business professional clothes, you will offset the cost when purchasing new professional wear, again, at a like Goodwill. Our fifth tip is mix and match. So because a lot of professional wear is solid colors and warm tones or cool tones, you can mix and match various dress pants, skirts, and collared shirts, and they can be reworn as long as the pieces complement each other. So make sure your color tones are matching. Our last tip is to stay away from shopping online for the time being if you're new to shopping professionally, because sizes can vary depending on which online store you're purchasing the item from, and this dramatically raises the chance of purchasing an item that won't fit you or you won't like because you haven't seen it in person. So again, that's where like thrifting and borrowing from a friend come in, which are much better options when shopping smart.
So please take a time to take our Dress for Success seminar survey. We just want to know how we did, what you guys learned, and if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask it on this survey. So please take a chance and scan it.
Thank you again. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, like Lucia said, make sure to rewind a little bit and take a screenshot of that QR code. So to keep up with AAI DECA, subscribe to our YouTube channel, which you're watching the video on right now, or you can ask any questions through Remind. Remember to text AAI DEC to 81010 if you haven't joined it already, or follow Alliance Academy DECA on Instagram and DM us on there. Again, we want to thank you guys so much for listening through our Dress for Success seminar, and we hope you learned a lot from it as well.
Thank you.